everyone, it's Sarah with Something's Pretty Special, and I cannot believe how long it has been since I have done a video. Oh my goodness. I have been extremely ill these last few weeks, and barely have been functioning, so any sort of videos or anything has just been out of the question. I did have a couple of swaps that I had to finish up, so that's what I'm here to show you today, and a couple of other projects I worked on in the last couple weeks a couple days when I started feeling a little bit better and thought I could make it up the stairs to the scrap room. The first thing you see sitting here, this is my art journal, and I've shown you guys a couple pages before. So this is my newest page. I ordered the new collection of Julie Nutting stamps from Prima, and I totally love them as much as I did the last one. So I was inspired by Live, Love, Scrap. I saw some projects that she'd been doing with them, and I really wanted to do like a fun, funky art journal. And so this is my page. I don't remember which doll this one is, and my stamps are put away, so I can't really get to them. But that's her, and I of course paper pieced her dress and her skirt. And one of my favorite things I've discovered I really like is that I can play with the doll's fashion and take some more risks as far as like color and pattern, things I definitely wouldn't wear, but it's fun to kind of play paper dolls, I guess, with these. And these are just some silk flowers with black pearl centers I got in a rack from my mom. The background, this leopard paper is from the Heidi Swapp Sugar Chic stack, and I just painted my page teal and then layered this on top. And then for this tag here, it says Sugar Chic. I fussy cut the banner and the tag from the collection. It was on one of the tag pages, and I just layered it on top of this tag here that says Enjoy Every Day. And it's kind of, I don't, if you can see it, it's kind of hanging here from the page on a clothes hook with a string of pearls, so it kind of dangles down. And you can see back behind it there's modeling paste, and I sprayed the paper with some pink and yellow and different sprays and things like that, and put a piece of black lace on there, and then just the little banner down here on the bottom. I really like how it turned out. I think it's kind of fun, and I can't wait to do some more like this and just play around with the dolls and my papers and kind of see what I come up with. So that's my art journal. And then the other project I finished, this has to get out in the mail today. This is for a swap on my scrap room. It is a Shabby Chic configuration box. This is not a Tim Holtz box, though. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. It just had to be at least 6 by 6, and I think this one's 6.5 by 6.5. So anyways, we can go through the box. So there's some lace trim and flowers on the outside here. And then in each one of the corners, like this one just has a rosette and a metal piece and some flowers. The big one with the flowers and the word fly. This one with the spool, and tucked back there there's a clock and some roses and a little bit of cream lace. And I wrapped the spool with some pink pearls. This is an altered domino I got in a rack in my last swap from Brittany on my scrap room, and I loved it, and I thought it just went so cute in this box, so I went ahead and used that. And I just tucked a flower back behind it. This is just another metal piece and another one of the organza flowers. And then down here I have a butterfly with some pearls and some resin rosettes in there. And then there's some flowers and some pearled stamens, and then there's one of the Prima metal or wooden typewriters and a key, some more flowers. And then this little thing says Making Each Moment Into Memories. And then this is one of the Martha Stewart clay birds. And I just tucked in some lace and different things. I haven't decided yet if I'm doing anything on the outside of the box, or if I like that it can just sit like that and can easily go tucked in a shelf, and you don't have to worry about like all the extra, you know, stuff on top or whatever. So I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna do anything on the outside. Part of me, the minimalist in me, really likes just the outside plain, and then just letting all the stuff on the front really show. Every time I put something on the top, I feel like it kind of makes it look too cluttered for my taste. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put anything there. Excuse me. My voice is going again. Anyways, so that's my altered shadow box for my swap. Or not shadow box. I call it a shadow box, but configuration boxes. And then the last thing, or actually there's two more things I want to show you guys. And the next thing is, before I got sick, I was really excited to be making flowers. These actually are a few different ones that I'd made. They're all from the same basic idea. It's just kind of how they're layered together. So these are the flowers where you just take, you know, a 1-inch circle or a 1.5-inch circle, and you fold the circle. Do I have a circle? Maybe I have a leftover one. Or not. Oh my gosh, I used up all my leftovers. This might work. So if this was a perfect circle, you would take the circle and you would fold it in half like that, and then you would fold it into thirds, and you kind of get this cone with that kind of imperfect, you know, folded look, and it's just a triangle, and you glue all those together, and then once you have all your cone made, you just start layering them around a circular base, and they kind of just stack up like this. And then, so that's how I did this one out of cotton fabric, and then I just put one of my vintage glass buttons in the center, and then it kind of just lays flat like that, but you see all the pretty, you know, edges and stuff around the sides. This one I did the same thing, except for instead of stacking them, I started stacking them in a circle, but this fabric just really likes to open up when it doesn't glue flat like the cotton did. It kind of likes to be more open. So I started in a circle, layered for like 2 layers, and then as the fabric kind of opens up, there's just a spot in the middle where you tuck a couple more cones in, and it's just this rounded dome shaped flower where you can see down kind of the centers of all the different things. So I really like how those turned out. And then this is exactly like the white one. It's just done out of pink tulle with a pearl ribbon in the center, and it's just really fluffy. But let me tell you, working with the tulle, whoops, is not easy. Trying to cut it and glue it and everything. And all of these are double. So whereas these circles to make these cones were 1 layer of fabric, and the same with the gray ones, this is 1 layer for each circle. The tulle is 2 circles layered and folded and glued together, so it was a little more fluffy. I was worried that it would be too transparent if it was just one, and it's just a pain in the rear. But I had burns on my hands for days, but I really like how they turned out. So I just have to have a little more patience, I think, when I start with the tulle. So those are the flowers I've been working on. And last but not least, guys, what I wanted to show you is I started watching Yoli Bean's channel here on YouTube, and I started watching or following the Paper Addiction as well. And I fell in love with their journals, their handmade books that they were doing. These two, well, both of them have tutorials on handmade journals. These two, the outside is similar to Yoli Bean's outside as far as she used the manila envelopes. But the inside of mine are more like the doodle books from the Paper Addiction. So I kind of took them and kind of married them, I guess. So all this is, this orange envelope on the outside is I think a 9x6 envelope. Let me whip out a ruler here and let's see. Whoops, even helps if it's, yeah, it's like a 9x6 envelope, and then I just layered inside an envelope and a card, you know, another envelope. This one opens on the side here. Just layers of paper and card and different things, so that you can kind of make like a journal where you could, you know, doodle on this, cover it with paper. You can put a ton of tags. If it was just for a day trip or something, you could totally put pictures and receipts and memorabilia and all sorts of things in here. And then I like how at the end here, this is also a big pocket where you can, you know, put more stuff and you could seal it. Or if you want, you can use this as a flap and seal your whole journal shut that way, either way. This is basically the same concept with a larger envelope. This one's 12 by 9, so 12 long by 9 tall. And I did the same thing. I just stacked it with some cardstock and, you know, double layers of pages and one of the smaller, envelopes here and card. And then you can see on both these, you stitch down the center, and there's a ton of tutorials all over the place on how to do, you know, bookbinding. You basically just punch holes and stitch through the holes, and there you have it, making sure they're all tight. Anyways, so that's that one. And my inspiration for this one on Yoli Bean's channel, the outside of this, she had originally used the envelope for mail art and had decoupaged a bunch of stuff and just made this really cool envelope that she was going to use to mail. And then she wound up not using it, so she turned it into the cover for her journal. So my plan is to do that on this one as well. You know, decorate it, decoupage, stamping, all sorts of fun stuff, and then have the inside for a journal. Last but not least, this is from the Paper Addiction. She has a wonderful tutorial for her manila folder books, and this was kind of my first attempt. It's really cool how it all comes together. This is, I think, 3 manila folders, and there's room for pockets here, and there's a pocket in here. You know, so every other page either has a side pocket or a top loading pocket here. But there's tons of place for tags and stuff. And then the really cool thing about this is on her pages she had taken, let me see if I have any small ones. Oh, here they are. What do you know? Easy to access. She had taken just simple manila tags, and before she like matted these with paper, she had kind of folded the tags. Let me see if I have a scrap. So if this was your shipping tag, right, she kind of folded it under just a little bit so that it was the length of the page, and had put it in there so it was like an undercut page, and just glued it down. And then this seam here would be covered up with your matting when you decided to mat it. So I'm really excited to add a lot of tags and flaps and things like this to this journal. And I just thought these are just fun little books for brag books, or if you just want to be able to doodle, or for like a quick day trip. I have one that I am currently working on. If I can find it. Here it is. So this is one that I'm currently covering in paper. This is using the Everyday Eclectic by Echo Park. And I've started covering it and inking it and everything. And there's, you know, my pockets are in there. This one, this is the original one out of the folders, because you can see it has the tabs still here. This one doesn't have the tabs because I made it out of the leftover. So actually, out of 3 manila folders, you can get 2 books if you, depending on how you cut your paper. I haven't finished covering it yet, but this is what it looks like with the tabs on it, and there's still pockets in there and everything. And I rounded my corners on this one, and I inked it with black. And I actually am going to make this, hopefully I can finish it today, and then I'll come back on and show you. I want to put our anniversary pictures in here. It's just a cute little book. My boyfriend always teases me that I don't finish things, or that nothing ever has pictures in it, so I kind of want to do this for him as a little surprise, and something that we can just put down on the mantle or bookcase, or just as a little memory book of our day. We went glass blowing. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. My sister's coming in July for 3 weeks, and that's one of the reasons I was really excited to make these books, and I went ahead and made a couple. She's a really big art journaler, and I thought these would be fun, and they're super easy for her to make when she goes back home because she doesn't have a huge studio space. She's kind of regulated to a craft table in the dining room. But I thought these would be fun, and they're super simple enough for her to make, and the supplies she can get, you know, anywhere, Walmart, and just a few pieces of plain cardstock, and she's in business with her journals. So I'm really excited to show her. So hopefully in July I'll be able to get on here and you guys will see my sister and can kind of see what we've been up to too. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed everything, and I can't wait to come back and show you some more with these books. Have a great day, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.